and other political parties are also expected to be arriving within this time and 11 o'clock. And then His Excellency, former President John Dramani Mahama, is also expected to arrive before the opening prayers expected to start at 11 a.m. The party anthem will be played. There will be call of Congress to order, welcome address by the Greater Accra Regional Chairman. It is very instructive at this stage because Greater Accra Region is hosting NDC's 10th National Delegates Congress. So the regional chairman will be delivering an address, and then there will be the adoption of 7-member steering committee for the Congress. Then after the adoption, we'll be having the addresses, the solidarity messages. We have the minority leader who is billed to speak. The chairman of the Council of Elders of the NDC, Alhaji Mohamed Driss, will be speaking. Then the former president, John Dramani Mahama, will also speak. We are told that the chairman of the NDC, Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, will be speaking, and later General Secretary Johnson Asiedu Nketia would also be speaking. Today, NDC would also be looking at its constitution. If there are some amendments to be made, it will be read, and the delegates will endorse these amendments. And then when we move from there, the EC will take over the process after the official opening ceremony, and the delegates will be prepared to do the voting. The information we have as of the conversation we had yesterday with party officials is that there will be about 17 polling stations. These polling stations have been arranged in such a way that regions with smaller number of delegates, i.e. the Savannah region, the Northeast region, the OT region, and so on and so forth, will be prepared to take care of some of these polling stations so that the process can end very early. What we know is that the event today will travel late into the night, but party officials are very optimistic that latest by 7-8 p.m. voting would have ended and the counting of ballots would have started. Yesterday we spent time at the University of Ghana campus, and I'm sure the footages we are sharing on the screen any moment from now will let you have a feel of the environment around the University of Ghana where the delegates were stationed. These delegates are very enthusiastic. Many of them have made up their mind. Others are still having the conversation about listening in more to agents of delegates, meeting some of the candidates, for example, to hear them for the last time before they take their final decision today. So the footages we are going to share on the screen now are footages from the University of Ghana, and in those footages we also have some of the party members who were speaking. And don't forget that this is the Wezo TV Election Center. We are at the University of we are at the Accra Sports Stadium. The theme for this Congress is Rallying for Victory 2024, Ghana's Hope. While we are waiting for the footages, I want to share with you some of the candidates, and I want to start with the national chairmanship position. We have Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, Ni Ama Ashite, and Samuel Yao Eduse. You see the pictures on the screen. For now, if you look at the conversation on social media, what delegates are saying, it appears that the Rural Development. He has been a member of the Energy Committee of Parliament, and of course a member of the Government Assurances Committee of Parliament. He has also been a Deputy Eastern Regional Minister. That was between 1997 and 2000. That was when the second term of the late former President Jerry John Rawlings. He was the acting DC for Manya Krobo. between 1999 and 2000. The national organizer of the NDC 2006 to 2010, and then of course he served as the Eastern Regional Minister when John Evans Atamils, now the late, also became president in 2009, and he was made the Minister for Local Government and Rural Development between 2011 and 2012. He served as board chair of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, and he was elected first NDC National Vice Chairman in 2014. He's married with 6 children. Tall profile when you want to talk about NDC's politics, and that's one of the candidates for the national chairmanship position. He's doing this with another fine candidate, Johnson Asiedun Ketia, General as they call him. And many people have known him as the General Secretary for over 17 years. Johnson Asiedun Ketia was born on the 24th of December 1956 as Sepshi Sekwa in the Bono Ahafo region. He's been a member of the Parliamentary Service Board to date. You remember when Bagbin was made the Speaker of Parliament, he appointed him to be a member of the Parliamentary Service Board. Johnson Asiedun Ketia has been the General Secretary of the NDC. He won that election with over 80%, and since then he has been the General Secretary of the NDC. He was elected MP for Wenchi West in the Bono Ahafo region in the first Parliament under the 4th Republican Constitution. That was between 1993 and 1996, and was re-elected again in 1997 to 2001. Johnson Asiedun Ketia, as you may know, being a member of Parliament, has also played several roles, serving several committees of Parliament. He's been a member of the Select Committee on Appointments, Finance, Public Accounts. He's chaired the Mines and Energy Committee. He's been a ranking member for Food and Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs Committee, and a Deputy Majority Chief Whip. Johnson Asiedun Ketia, a former Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture in charge of crops under Jerry John Rawlings, and he was elected NDC's 3rd General Secretary, if I told you earlier, as far back as 2005, with over 80 percent votes cast. He represented the NDC in court in 2000, and many of us remember the you and I, and were not there, commentary from the Vice President today, who was then the main witness for the opposition then, when the case was sent to court. And then he's also been the Vice President of the Socialist International in 2017, and he is also married with 5 children. So I've shared the profile of the main contenders for the chairmanship position. I told you earlier we were at the University of Ghana yesterday. We wanted to gauge the mood there, and what you are watching on the screen was the scenes around 5-6 p.m. When we were there, and many of the delegates were very excited when you meet them. They are talking about the party, they are talking about unity. Some of them